This is the Washington Times front page for Monday, December 11th, 2023. Thanks for starting your week with us. I'm George Gerbo. The Environmental Protection Agency is keeping Congress in the dark about how millions from COVID-19 stimulus spending were doled out to environmental justice efforts. Ramsey Touchberry reports the EPA awarded the funds in 2021 to 34 organizations as part of a broader $50 million earmarked for environmental justice projects in President Biden's American Rescue Plan. The EPA handed out grants of up to $200,000 each, but hasn't revealed how much each recipient received. Iowa Republican Senator Chuck Grassley has requested that the EPA's Inspector General open an investigation. He says the agency spent the past 8 months blocking his attempts to uncover how the recipients spent the money. Republicans trying to build an impeachment case against President Biden say new tax evasion charges against his son Hunter give them new avenues to gauge Biden's potential involvement. Alex Miller and Seth McLaughlin report a staffer to House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Jason Smith said the lawmaker is confident the findings are compelling and justify taking a formal vote on the inquiry. The House has been conducting the inquiry under orders from the Speaker's office, but GOP leaders decided an official one, approved by a vote of the full chamber, could give them more power to compel cooperation. The president was not mentioned in the 56-page indictment filed in federal court in California. Nearly 2 years on, many questions remain unanswered surrounding the war between Russia and Ukraine. And Ben Wolfgang reports the lack of clarity has left the future of U.S. military aid to Ukraine very much in doubt. So far, the Biden administration's clearest definition of an endgame for the war is a world in which Ukraine has pushed Russia's invading army out of its territory and reclaimed all of its sovereign, internationally recognized ground. Republicans, meanwhile, argue it's both fiscally responsible and morally just to insist the U.S. sketch out a path to peace before committing tens of billions of more dollars to a conflict that could drag on for years. Religion reporter Mark Kellner looks at the usage and popularity of digital versions of the Bible. The YouVersion Bible app has 742 million downloads worldwide, according to the app's maker, Life.Church. That's compared to the approximately 20 million print Bibles sold in the U.S. each year. And finally, a look at the impending release of convicted murderer and former Olympic sprinter Oscar Pistorius, which is fueling a debate in South Africa. The first amputee to compete in the Olympics, Pistorius is set to go free January 5th after serving 10 years of a 13-year sentence for shooting his girlfriend Riva Steenkamp at their home. Pistorius claimed he thought an intruder was in the house, but after several hearings, he was convicted of her murder. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app. And find us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Washington Times in any major podcast app. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.